This WordPress tutorial by Mark McLaren of McBuzz Communications is called How to Create Child Pages or Subpages and link to them using the blog role in WordPress. So we're going to do two things. First, we're going to find out what a child page or a subpage is, and then we're going to show how to link to that page using the blog role. Okay, here is a child page. I'll blow this up a little bit. This is Business Blogging 101 website that we use for this series of tutorials, and you can see I have some links here in the left column or the left sidebar under this heading Pages, and a lot of WordPress themes will have that heading for some links. These are the same pages as the ones linked to by the navigation up top, which you can see the About and Contact Us. These have the very same names because they are the same pages. Okay, About, Contact Us down here. And what I've done is created two child pages of the About page called About Business Blogging 101 in China and About Business Blogging 101 in India. We don't have any offices in China or India at this time, but just for the sake of illustration, we have those links. And where do these things appear? You can see, I mean, they actually exist. They are pages that exist. If I click on this About Business Blogging 101, I come to the page that is About Business Blogging 101 in China. Okay, and you can't really see it that well, but up in the address window, in the browser address window, there is an About sort of directory, it looks like, what we would call in the URL, and then the page name About Business Blogging 101. So it appears, at least in terms of its place in the structure of the site, to be under the About page. Okay, now if we look in the dashboard here, that is not the dashboard, you can see the same kind of thing. The About Business Blogging 101 in China has a bar in front of it, and that shows that it is a child page of the About, okay, and that it is a child page, period. Okay, now to create another child page of the About or of any other page, we do this. Okay, we go into Write, and Write Page. Okay, and I'm going to call this, if I get the chance here, China sub. Okay, and over here is the critical part. There is a tab called Page Parent, and right now it says Main Page, so if I save or publish right now, this page, China sub would not have a parent, okay, meaning that it would not be a child. But if I click on the menu, you see I have these options. I can make it a child of the About page, or even a child of one of these existing About Business Blogging 101. So I'm going to make it a child of this About Business Blogging 101 in China. Okay, that's what I've selected. I'm going to publish. And once that's done, go look at the site, refresh, and there it is. You can see it just popped into the navigation here. There's a link now, China sub, and it appears underneath this About Business Blogging 101 in China. Okay. Now, interesting to note here, you cannot see these links at all up underneath About or Contact Us. So if this section, this page nav in the left sidebar, were not there, you wouldn't be able to see links to any of these pages, right? And that is the case in some themes. You don't have the child pages appearing anywhere. So in the second half of this little tutorial, we'll talk about how to put these links into your page using the blog role. Okay, I just want to note real quick that if we go back and write another page called China sub, for lack of a better name, I can go down and make this now, if you can see this, a child of China sub. Okay, so the page parent is China sub, and I'm going to save it. Our China sub page. Go back out to the site, refresh. Okay. Now this time that did refresh. Okay, and I could look at the, rather than just look at this page, I'm going to look at the home page. That did refresh. However, it doesn't appear in the navigation. So here's our China sub page. We know we just created a sub, but it doesn't show up. Okay, so does it exist? Yes, it has an address, it has a URL, but it is not visible anywhere in the navigation. Okay, so we go back to our dashboard, and let's try this. Say that I want to link to that sub page, okay, or any other page in my site. We talked about this in the previous tutorial, how to use the blog role to do this. Okay, on the right side in the navigation, or in the sidebar on the right, I have all these links that belong to the blog role. If I create a new category, I can put any link in there that I want. So going back to the dashboard, into the blog role, okay, and I'm going to add a link. I could create a new category if I wanted to. Right here, I could click on Add New and add a category for, say, international. But there's a quick way to do it as well. If I click on Add Link, okay, and I go here under Categories, and I say International, I can add that category right there. I'm going to uncheck the blog role category and have international selected. Okay, now if I want to have a link to my China sub page, how do I know what the address is for that page? Right? Well, there's a bunch of ways to do it actually, to find the address. Okay, one is, since I can't see it out here anywhere on my site, I know what the addresses of these pages. If I want the address of the About page, I can click on About and go and get the address up in the address window. But I can't do that, so I'm going to go into the dashboard in the second window here, and I'm going to grab the address. Okay, where is it? Under Manage, Pages. Okay, here is China sub right there, with 3 bars in front, showing that it is a child of a child of a child. And if I click on View, or right click on that view link and do Copy Link, okay, that will copy the link to that page. Or if I just click on View here, I can go up to the address window and do a Select All and copy and grab that address for my page. Now I go back to my Add Link under the blog role and paste that in here. There it is. Okay, click on Add Link. Are we done? Come back out to the page, and did we do it? Here is international, okay, under the blog role links, and there's the link to the China sub that we added. So we can add a link to a page that otherwise wouldn't be visible anywhere in the navigation of our site using the blog role. Okay, so that's a child page linked to using the blog role in WordPress.